difference in goal difference helped today as well. Not only have we increased ours by 4, we've damaged Bournemouth badly as well. 13th in the Premier League. Things are starting to look not good, but better, much better. A couple more points in the next 4 games, which doesn't sound bad, but then when you Man City, Liverpool, Man United and Crystal Palace, then we can go into European ties without having to worry about relegation, hopefully. What a big difference that would make. But we are in form. 1 loss in 10 now. We are a team that's bang in form at the minute. And that was a thoroughly enjoyable game of football. Arsenal at home, Bournemouth away, and then that tie against Ghent. 4 points and safely through to the semi-final. Lots of goals scored as well. This is enjoyable. Oh, I'm absolutely loving this at the minute. Let me just get my timings popped up on my phone here. So we didn't have to wait long. 5 minutes. We made it 1-0. Michail Antonio. Bournemouth are crap at set pieces, and they remain crap at set pieces today. Lovely corner from Aaron Creswell. And there was Antonio. Very similar against Ghent, just stood his ground, didn't really have to move. Inside the 6-yard box, bang. 1-0 West Ham. Well played, Antonio. Well played, Aaron Creswell. And we made it 2-0 just 7 minutes later. After 10 minutes. 10 minutes, West Ham were 2-0 up. And Lucas Paqueta, hey, Lucas Paqueta with a goal. And Vladimir Sufal with a lovely deep cross into the box, actually. Lucas Paqueta was arriving late. Mempham's jumping from a dead start. It's difficult for a defender when you're in this situation, where you're trying to challenge someone that's got the momentum. Remember Old Trafford, I think it was Thilo Kehrer. Was it Marcus Rashford that got the header maybe? Kehrer was in the right place. It's just that Rashford was running and leaping while Kehrer just stood still and jumped, which wasn't helpful. Fantastic header from Lucas Paqueta. Do you know something? In the first half, I felt that every time we went forward, Paqueta was there next to Antonio. Whenever Bourne or Benrahma got the ball, or Creswell or Sufal got the ball, Paqueta was getting up alongside Antonio a lot. Now, while Bournemouth struggle with set pieces, statistically, you can see that when you watch Bournemouth, you can see that. You don't need to be an expert. Everybody's talking about it before the game. Bournemouth struggle with set pieces. So I guess there is an expectation if they're going to do that, they might be vulnerable from crosses from open play, which they looked a little bit against Spurs last week as well. Therefore, perhaps the tactics today was from Moyes was to get Paqueta in the box. And if that was a tactics, I certainly felt like it was justified after 10 minutes. Paqueta scoring a header from a cross from Vladimir Sufal. It was just absolutely fantastic. It really was. And we made it 3-0. We'll talk about the whole game, don't worry. But we made it 3-0 just before half-time. Declan Rice. I mean, technically it's a set-piece goal, but it's sort of like the second phase to some extent. Corner in again from Aaron Creswell. I think it's Mempham sort of flicks it behind him. And it falls nicely to Declan Rice, who just puts his laces through it, really. Small deflection, doesn't make a difference whatsoever. We're 3-0 up at half-time. 3-0 up at half-time. Now, in the first half, there was periods where, for 10, 15 minutes maybe, we were in and around our own 18-yarder. It was quite defensive. But we can afford to do that. When you're 2-0 up, you can afford to then sit back, soak up the pressure and say what you're going to do. It plays into our hands because it allows us to then play counter-attacking football. So I don't mind. This is the perfect example, really. I don't mind the defensive stuff when it's justified. And when you're 2-0 up away from home, it's justified. You can then do that because you've got a 2-goal lead. You can sit back a little bit. You can start to be compact and play in and around your own box and say, right, try and break us down now. I don't have a problem with it. When we're winning, when we're doing this, when we're dangerous on the attack, which we were. But we're 3-0 up at halftime. It was just absolutely fantastic. 2 things. Just want to say a quick thank you to the Pocket Punk. Says, dream of Pablo Fornication. Thank you very much to Pocket Punk for the goal, plus another for Cornet because he feels a bit sorry for him. He's donating the super chat anyway. Thank you very much. Just want to say, also, 10% off everything at our store today. I'll run that until lunchtime tomorrow, Monday. Use the code that's on your screen there, Paqueta Goal. And you can get your Paqueta t-shirt or anything. It's 10% off everything at the store just because me and Charlie were feeling happy before the game. We were feeling optimistic. The live chat was a good place. Went in at halftime, 3-0 up. We were feeling good, so we put on a discount code for the next, just 20 hours or something. So you can get anything, t-shirts, coasters, books, anything. Go have a look, hammerchatstore.com. Anyway, the first half, I thought we played really, really good. I do think we played well. I thought nobody was playing poorly. There was a few players having really good games for West Ham. But this is one game, which doesn't happen very often, but it's one game I feel like we identified Bournemouth's weakness and we've exploited it. And not only have we exploited it, it has worked. I thought the tactics were spot on for the manager in the first half. And like I said, a lot of the players turned up. Now, it came out the second half, they made a sub, they had to, it forces Bournemouth's hand. This is what you want as a manager, where the opposition has to make substitutions to do something, where Moyes can just stick with his game plan. The pressure was all on Gary O'Neill, so he put Kiefer Moore on, starting to make a little bit of a difference, and we started the second half sort of in and around our own 18-yarder. But again, because we're 3-0 up, you can afford to do that. The challenge is on Bournemouth to do something. It's not on us. There's no pressure on us to go and make it 4-0 or 5-0. The pressure's on Bournemouth to get a goal back ASAP so they can try and get in there. But the longer it goes on at 3-0, the more, or should I say, the less interest the home fans have got. I mean, the away fans were superb today. From the first minute to the last, that sounded like a really good away end today. That was absolutely fantastic. The Declan Rice song that was ongoing non-stop for the game as well. Absolutely superb. But 3-0 up, you've just killed any atmosphere the home fans had. Gone. Any momentum Bournemouth were trying to get, any passes they were trying to string together, gone. We were committing small fouls, we're nicking the ball, keeping composure. We managed that game from start to finish absolutely fantastic today. I was really, really impressed by all aspects of our game. Sometimes we've won games, Fulham, where you get the 3 points, but you still feel a little bit like you perhaps didn't deserve it, or there was a few issues, etc. There's none today. There was absolutely no problem. It was just perfection from start to finish, from the people in the dugout and the people on the pitch. Anyway, we made it 4-0. Pablo Fornals, I mean, wow, a scorpion kick. A scorpion kick. Now, listen, I gave him criticism for Thursday night because I said he came on. I didn't really feel he made an impact, nor did Maxwell Cornet. Well, the complete opposite today. Cornet was a bit unlucky. Offside. Who'd have thought? He likes being offside, doesn't he? But Pablo Fornals' goal. Wow. Talk about improvising. It's really good play by West Ham as well. The build-up's really good. Out it goes to Jared Bowen. He sort of dinks it in a little bit. Rice is unlucky not to get on it, which makes it even more impressive, in my opinion, because Fornals should be expecting Rice to get that. When somebody jumps up directly in your eye line of the ball, it makes it very tricky to keep your eye on it. But Fornals just improvises, gets a scorpion, or it's not the cleanest scorpion kick. It's not Olivier Giroud, but it's nice. It's exciting. Anyway, scorpion kick into the back of the net. Oh, bless him. Crying, bless him. You can see how much it means to him. It was a bit like Souček. Souček scored a couple of goals this season where he just looks, thank God I've got a goal kind of thing. And Fornals and all the teammates buzzing around him, everybody taking in turns to give him a little cuddle and whatever. It's nice to see that kind of thing. But what a goal by Pablo Fornals. Oh, I love stuff like that. But this is where you can try that at 3-0. If it was 0-0, would Fornals even try that? I don't know. It's all hypothetical, I guess. But I'm not so sure. I'm not so convinced he tries it at 0-0. But because we're 3-0 up, because the players got a bit more freedom, and we were playing with a little bit of that. We were having fun today, just like on Thursday against Ghent. We were having fun. And in that second half, when we were getting on the ball, there was some nice passes, nice movement. The players were trying runs they perhaps we didn't normally try. The players were trying passes they perhaps we didn't try. And then Pablo Fornals was trying to scorpion kick, and it worked. Bang! In the back of the net, 4-0. Cornet did make it 5 in stoppage time, but it correctly got ruled out for offside. A little bit unlucky on his part, I guess, because he started the move. A nice run, sort of took on a couple of players. Then the build-up to Cornet's disallowed goal was fantastic. 3 or 4 players, Downs, Rice, Ings, right outside Bournemouth's half, all within a diameter of 6 or 7 yards, just pass, and Rice pings it out. I don't even know who crossed it. I should do. Fornals. It was Fornals, sorry. Rice, bang. It's Pablo Fornals. An acres of space. It's a lovely cross from Fornals. He can't do any different. He's done nothing wrong. It's not his fault Cornet's offside. But it's just a little pass and a little movement. It's just so enjoyable. That was like prime Barcelona watching that build up to Cornet's disallowed goal. We were fantastic. Anyway, it finished 4-0 West Ham. Now, listen, was it plain sailing in perfection? There was a couple of hairy moments, weren't there? A girl letting it drop and Fabianski not coming for it. Kiefer Moore should have scored. Bournemouth had a couple of half chances that they should have probably done a little bit better with. But when you're winning, it's easier to just dismiss that. Let's be honest with you. It is, isn't it? It's easier to go, it doesn't matter. We're 3-0 up. We're 4-0 up. It doesn't really matter too much. Moyes is able to make most of the subs he probably would have wanted to. And Antonio being the first one off makes sense. And then you started taking off Jared Boyd, Said Ben Rama, Soufal got arrested in there as well, Paqueta. So he was able to take off 5 players that will essentially start on Wednesday night when we play Liverpool. So squad rotation became a thing in the second half as well. Moyes, this couldn't have gone any better today. Moyes could have basically written down what he thought was perfection. This was better. Moyes would have probably had a 2-0 win down as the perfect game for West Ham today. 4-0. Like I said, 6 points clear of relegation now. We've got to be feeling... I said to Charlie before the game, I've always, bar after the Newcastle game, that's the only 2 or 3 days after Newcastle game, just that 3 days, that's the only time I believe we would get relegated. I've never believed, I've always thought it was a possibility, of course, but I've never believed we were one of the 3 that was going to go down apart from after that Newcastle game. That's the first time and only time this season I've thought, I think we might go. But... So I've always been optimistic that we're going to stay up. I said to Charlie, we win today, that optimism will turn to confidence, and it has. I'm now confident that we will stay up this season. We don't need much. How much we need, well, we don't know. It's all based on your opinion as to how much points you think you need. I reckon we need 2, 3, 4 definitely when we're fine, but I reckon we possibly only need 2 more points in the next 7 games, maybe 3 at a push. Because that goal difference is an invisible point. That is a fantastic result for us. 13. Yesterday, you see Leicester winning, you think, we probably need to win now. You feel a little bit of pressure. But what it did do was it dragged Wolves back in. We've now leapfrogged Wolves. I mean, we're only, what are we, 5 points away from Chelsea? Are we 5? Yeah, we're 5 points behind Chelsea now. Hey, can we finish above them, please? I mean, it's possible at this rate because they're bang out of form. We are bang in form at the minute. And arguably, it's the right time to be so. Not just a relegation battle, but like I said, 4 more Premier League games to go, and then we play Alkmaar. If we can get 3 points in that 4 games, and they are difficult fixtures, but if we can do that, we can then go into that European semi-final, both of them, rotating players in the Premier League games, focusing solely on winning this trophy and turning this season from a miserable one into a very, very good one by remaining in the Premier League and winning that trophy. Now we're going to do individual performers, but before we do, just want to say thank you to Kevin. Fantastic result. Moyes in-out debate can wait for now. For now, we enjoy this. I agree. I mean, I like it when we win. I do feel, hey, we can... just enjoy this win. I'm enjoying. I'm buzzing right now. I'm absolutely buzzing. As for individual performance, I mean, take your pick, really. Soufal's continuing to be sort of beast mode post-World Cup. He's got serious performances at the minute. And like I said, I don't know what his motivation is. Is it because he wants a new contract at West Ham? Or is he trying to earn that contract elsewhere? I don't really care, to be honest with you. Whatever it is working. I think it's probably neither, actually. I think he's probably just... He always gives 100%. Even when he doesn't play well, he's still giving everything. It's just that the performances are there as well as a work ethic. I think he was superb once again today. I think Declan Rice was absolutely fantastic. At times, the best player on the pitch. Really good goal. Again, love it. You can see he's loving it. You can see he's loving the songs from the fan base. It might be a little bit awkward for him, but it doesn't matter. Someone I know was at the game today and messaged me to say some of Declan Rice's family's in the crowd, and they're singing the Declan Rice song about staying at West Ham beyond this summer as well. So it's good vibes at the minute. Antonio got his goal. I don't think it was Antonio's best game for us. I've seen him play better. A handful for Bournemouth's defence, but he got his goal. That's the most important thing. Bournemouth was all right. Ben Rama was all right. Some of his shots were a little bit tame, but he was okay to cause them bother. But man of match has to be Lucas Paqueta. I mean, wow, what a player! What a player! He's gradually, since we got him, it wasn't great at the start. You could see glimpses of his quality when he was sort of out of position, if you like. You could see the glimpses of quality, but his influence on the game wasn't enough. He wasn't influencing the games. We saw it in the European game in the group stage when he came on and off the bench and set up Scamacca. There you go. There's your influence. There's your Paqueta influence. Can we have a bit of that, please? No. Post-World Cup, everything's changed. We've moved him. We've dropped him deeper into midfield. And his performances have got better and better and better. Arsenal last week, he was superb. Thursday night, he was fantastic. Today, he was just unbelievable again. A slightly different, I'm convinced he had a slightly different role today, a little bit more advanced than usual. Good. That's what you should do. You should adapt. You should tweak things where who you're playing. But I thought today he just bossed that game from start until he went off. When he went off, I bet you the Bournemouth midfielders thought, thank God he's no longer on the pitch. He gets it. He's under pressure. Doesn't matter. He strolls around with the ball at his feet, composed as you like. Just pass, 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 pass. Some of his creativity is fantastic. Put Antonio through, who couldn't quite get his feet right and take advantage of it. Superb goal. Honestly, Lucas Paqueta today was just immense. The one thing I will say, people are asking why FORNALS is crying. There might be something in his personal life that we don't know about. There might be. Sometimes there is stuff that's going on, and then the goal is almost like a release of that pressure or whatever, that emotion. But it could just be that he's struggled a little bit. He's perhaps frustrated at the lack of game time at West Ham. He's come on. He's got his goal. It was a superb bloody goal as well. And maybe just the quality of the goals got to him. I don't know. And he's gone over to celebrate with away fans, 4-0. He cares about West Ham, whether you think he should be in the team or not. I don't think you can dispute is whether he cares about West Ham. And he's somebody that's just really sort of hoovered up the culture of West Ham United. So he cares a lot. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We don't know. Iron X, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Says great performance, Paqueta, star quality. Right before I go, just want to remind you, there you go on the screen now. Use Paqueta Goal at hammerschatstore.com. Go to hammerschatstore.com. It's our online merchandise store. It's not Hammers Chat stuff. It's Paqueta. There's one or two Hammers. There's not that many Hammers Chat stuff. It's mainly stuff like this. The Paqueta t-shirt, these coasters, books, scarves, polo shirts. Whatever. Go have a look. Have a look. 10% off absolutely everything until 12 o'clock on Monday. Then we'll delete the code. We just put it up because we were excited. Anyway, please do drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. It helps the channel out a lot. Subscribing to Hammers Chat. But what a win this is. 4-0. This is fantastic. We've been building momentum. We started building it, building that confidence with poor performances, getting the results, but the performances weren't the best. Beating Southampton, beating Fulham, good results, but the performances weren't there. Well, now we're getting the performances as well. We're getting what we want from Paqueta. Antonio's back in the goals now, 3 goals in 2 games for him. So our striker's back scoring goals. Zuma's being Kurt Zuma. This is good. We are in a really good bit of form at the minute, at the most vital part of the season. Like I said, not just the relegation battle, but so we can go on and win this European trophy. And even though it's 4 games until we play Alkmaar, today is pivotal in how we can approach that game. Because from now, if we wanted against Liverpool, we can rotate 1 or 2 players. Perhaps not everybody will be keen on it, but we've got that goal difference. We've got that points buffer zone now. We can now... There's still a little bit of work to be done in the Premier League. There is. It's not done. We're not 100% safe, but we're not far off it. And that will allow us to focus on this European trophy in what is a very winnable semi-final, and then would be a very winnable final. Regardless of who we play, we can win this trophy. And today, I feel, is pivotal. Not just, like I said, the Premier League table, but the performances of the players, the confidence, the momentum, absolutely everything. We can face Liverpool. Do you know something? We'll fancy your chances. We will. Liverpool are a little bit ropey at the minute. We all know that. But we are flying at the moment. We're playing some really good football. Defensively strong. Offensively strong. That's a sign of a bloody good team. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Please, like I said, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're around here. I'll catch you tomorrow.